Welcome back to this podcast where we focus on the wisdom of generosity from ancient to modern. If you find these 5-minute reflections on being a person in the beautiful space where generosity occurs, please share this podcast in your fundraising networks. And if this is the first time joining us, don't forget to go back to previous episodes for rich insights. And be sure to subscribe to this weekly podcast in your favorite podcast app. We have probably all heard the saying, fake it until you make it. Does that idea work for generosity? That is, if we encourage donors to be generous for self-serving reasons, will they reap the benefits? Let's find out. This week, I'm reading a quote from The Paradox of Generosity by Christian Smith and Hilary Davidson, 2014 edition. The authors begin with a statement on why they organized their research into this book. Quote, "While we hope that many will read this book in order to become more generous people, and thereby likely enhance over time their own happiness, health, and purpose in life, the paradox of generosity seems to entail this relevant truth. Generosity cannot be faked in order to achieve some other, more valued, self-serving end. Generosity itself needs to be desired. The good of other people must be what we want. Nobody can reap the personal rewards that generous practices tend to produce by going through the motions of generosity simply in order to reap those desired rewards. Such practices are not really generous, but rather self-serving, and self-serving actions do not enhance anyone's well-being. Generosity cannot be counterfeited, and fake generosity does not make us happier, healthier, and more purposeful in life. To live generously, one must, in due time, really become a generous person. Generosity must be authentic. It must actually be believed and practiced as a real part of one's life. Only then might its well-being enhancing powers kick in." End quote. We have all experienced the donor who seems to be more demanding, more angry, more sour the more they give. And we also know the donors who seem to become more kind, more amenable, more generous the more they give. We are literally seeing this phenomenon of fake versus authentic generosity come alive before our eyes. So let's reflect on 2 questions this week. Are any of our fundraising activities and messaging encouraging self-interested fake generosity? If so, how can we tweak them to reflect authentic generosity? How can we share the stories of genuine generosity within our community? To explore fundraising coaching, visit servingnonprofits.com. I will see you next week.